I wasn't this rich guy.
He was not.
No.
I don't know why they thought I was trying to scam you. Joseph wasn't rich.
I was not rich. We got married because I wanted her. I loved her, and I pursued her.
He worked.
I wanted
for this
her real bad, you know.
Because I did challenge him. When is your wife coming? People spreading rumors that, oh, I think she's probably a scammer, and she's just going to take your money or use you to get to the U.S. I'm a registered nurse. All right, everyone, welcome back to our YouTube channel, All Things Hoskins. Yes. If you are new here, I'm Shanae.
And I'm Joseph.
Yes, so we are married. This year makes 4 years. We have our 4-month-old baby. He turned 4 months yesterday. He's sleeping over there on his bed. He's a big boy now.
Yeah, he seems like it.
It's the last day of our vacation here in Charleston, South Carolina, and we have decided that since the pool is closed and all of that, let's just shoot a video that hubby has been inspired to share. Yes, meaning it was all his idea about how many thought our relationship was a scam, and guess who was the scammer?
Well, I was about to say yours truly, but you were the scammer in the relationship.
Yeah, so many people actually thought I was a scammer. Babe, I like how your shirt looks on camera.
Oh,
it fits.
Thank you, baby.
Yeah, I'm wearing his clothes.
Yeah,
married people things.
Yeah, if you know, you know.
All right, so babe, you can start.
Okay, so when I initially started dating my wife, I told some of my coworkers about my wife, and one of my coworkers said, "Oh, well, you know, Jamaican men don't have a really good reputation when it comes to dating," and I was a bit perturbed by that because it's not good to generalize people, and because you know they're different people. People in one culture are different. You know, not everybody is the same. So it's not good to categorize everyone together. And so but anyway, she kind of discouraged me when she said that. Anyway, so I had heard before that Jamaican women make good wives, but you know, allegedly Jamaican men are hustlers and scammers. And so some people think that the entire Jamaican race, or everyone in Jamaica is out to get you. And so anyway, you know, my relationship, you know, we dated long distance.
We did.
And so no one could really see my wife. My parent, you know, I did eventually, after about 3 or 4 months of dating, I told my parents that I was in a relationship with a Jamaican woman that I had met on a missions trip.
Yeah. Your mom hadn't met me.
Yeah. Well, no, she didn't meet you. Well, actually, yeah, she did. She did. Yeah.
If you watch the video before, you know how we met. Yeah. If you haven't seen that, go back and watch it. It's very inspirational. Right. You should see it. Yeah. So we actually met in just a brief history. We met in 2018 when Babe came to Jamaica for the second time for a missions trip. We didn't meet the year before when he came, but the second time in 2018, and that's when we started communicating. But he didn't contact me until the next year, and then after we've been in communication, he came to Jamaica to visit, with his mother, and that's how I met her initially. We didn't really have a conversation, but I met her, and since then, the June of the following year, we started dating, which was approximately a year later. Yeah. And then, but we didn't make the relationship official until a few months in. Yeah. So it was about October.
No.
Well, September.
Yeah.
About August, September.
Yeah. And so anyway, I told my parents, and you know, they didn't say too much to me. I think my mom just said, "Hey, be careful," because you know she grew up in the 70s, and back then, you know, she saw the images on television of Jamaica, and she thought that Jamaica was just a violent place. Yeah. And also, you know, my father, God rest his soul, but you know, he was trying to protect me, and so he just warned me to be careful because you know people could be out to get you. Yeah. In other words, he thought that it was possible that I could be getting used for purposes that are not pure.
Yeah, and I'm not bringing any hatred or dislike towards anybody. I respect your father for that, because at least he's looking out for you.
Right.
And they don't know me, so when people are making these statements, they're just, just be careful. You don't know her. There's history with Jamaican women or men, but so I understand where that was coming from.
Right. And so anyway, I visited Jamaica in December of the same year that we started dating.
Yeah.
And we had a great time. And I came back to the U.S. And people just asked me, hey, people were just curious about who she was. And
Yeah.
I told her that she was a sweet and lovely person.
You told that.
Yeah, it's exactly. I'm sorry. I told the curious people.
Yeah.
I said that she's the sweetest lady that you will ever meet. She's kind-hearted. She's compassionate. And sorry guys, I was looking down, but she's kind-hearted and compassionate.
Yeah.
And she'll make me a great wife someday. And
Yeah.
so, but anyway, we eventually got married, and
in March of that year.
Right.
So over a year, not March. We got engaged in March, and then we got married in August of the following year after starting to date.
Yeah, and that's kind of like where some controversy arose.
Yeah.
Because guys, we got married in the midst of COVID.
Middle of COVID.
And so, consequently, right after we got married, I had to come back. We got married in Jamaica.
Yeah.
So I had to come back to the U.S. and we had to live apart for almost 3 years.
Yeah. So, because I didn't move here, we got married in 2020.
Yeah.
I didn't move here until last year in
That's
2023, because we had to wait for my visa to come through.
And since there was a backlog
Because of COVID.
Right, at the U.S. Embassy in Kingston due to COVID, it took a much longer time to obtain a visa.
Right.
And so during that time, I faced a myriad of questions.
Oh Lordy.
From people who I knew genuinely cared about me. People were wondering, hey, why is it taking her so long to come here? And I just said, it's due to what's happening with COVID. Like, it's a backlog. And, there were
as the time went on, they became more pressure. Like, he would be going to church, and he would be sharing this with me after leaving church, babe. Like, these people are just asking me every Sunday.
Yeah.
They're asking me, where is your wife? I'm like, wow.
It was primarily at Dad's church. People were asking about
those people were. I'm like, yo.
They were nosy.
At least try to get her number and call her and encourage her.
Right.
I need encouragement too. But the thing is, my family or my friends did not have any reservations towards Joseph, because during our dating period, Joseph came to Jamaica 11 times.
Right.
12 times in all, because he came the year before we met. But our dating and marriage period, he came to Jamaica 12 times.
Yeah,
every few months.
When we got married, I would be, the Lord provided to where I could travel back and forth between the U.S. and Jamaica. So
between 3 months.
Yeah, probably between 3 to 5 months.
3 to 5 months.
Yeah.
The most we went was 10 months.
Right.
Because we thought we were about to
get
the visa, because that was the year it was supposed to come through, which was 2022.
Something like that.
Yeah, we're like, okay, it has to come through by 2022. So we were waiting. We're like, okay, let's just wait and save during that time. And then it never happened. So as soon as he could come that December, he came, because we missed that anniversary together.
Yeah, that was tough.
And so we're like, you know what? Yeah, December. So he came into December, and we spent almost a month together. So
and guys, in the midst of all that, I was even contemplating moving to Jamaica.
He was.
Yeah, because it's hard when you're separated from your significant other. And so I was looking for jobs in Kingston and throughout Jamaica, because you have to, especially in a young marriage, you have to ensure that the fire is always lit.
Right.
You understand?
But we were always so motivated to see each other.
Exactly.
Like when they say distance makes the heart more fond. Is that how
I think that's cool.
Or separation or something like that. If you know what I mean, say it. Come on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. So it really did. We're always so excited when we got together. We'll go and do our staycations like this. So even though while we have the baby, we're still doing it because it's just in us to spend time together. And I'm so glad we have this channel so we can share that on here. If you have not yet subscribed by now, go ahead and do that and click the notification bell so you can be the first to see when we upload. But just continuing on the story, it got to a point where it felt so pressuring, especially on Joseph, because everybody kept asking him, and he would come to me and I'm like, babe, I really didn't know what to do, but I'm like, just keep assuring them that I'm coming. I mean, for me, I felt no reservations toward, none of us felt any reservations, but my family especially had no reservations towards our relationship.
Our family just embraced us
They
wholeheartedly.
Embraced
her
Joseph,
mother and father and brothers.
My brothers,
and
my aunts, my uncles, my grandmother, my grandfather,
everybody loved me. So
yeah, because I had family who were traveling too, and so for me, our relationship was so genuine because of how we met. So at first, if you have not seen that video, go ahead and see it. I'm a registered nurse in Jamaica, so that's why we were even thinking about him moving to Jamaica to live at my family home with me and my family, because I would have a good job. I had a good job in Jamaica, and with him coming, you know, he could have came and not be working, but Joseph is not like that. He's a man. He wants to be working.
I have to be working.
Yeah.
And one more thing, guys. While when we first got married, I was actually still getting my master's degree.
Yeah.
And I was working in a warehouse.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I wasn't this rich guy.
He was not. No. I don't know why they thought I was trying to scam you. Joseph wasn't rich.
I was not rich. We got married because I wanted her. I loved her and I pursued her.
He worked.
I wanted
for
her real bad. You know?
Because I did challenge him because I'm like, listen, my next relationship, which is the realest relationship I've ever been in, was this one. It's going to be my last one. So I'm like, listen, if it doesn't work out within 3 months, I gave my ultimatum.
She really did.
But I had to live up to my part too, because I was preparing for marriage. Listen,
I was too,
yeah, we were both preparing for marriage. We were both praying for marriage. So when the Lord confirmed that this was the relationship for us, we had no doubt. So we didn't care what others had to say. It was just that we were apart and we needed to be encouraged and lifted up, and people just kept pressuring, asking him, when is your wife coming? People spreading rumors that, oh, I think she's probably a scammer, and she's just going to take your money or use you to get to the US. I'm a registered nurse. I can work anywhere in the world. I want to work. Everybody's seeking RNs. I could literally come here anytime I wanted to. It's just that during nursing school, I did not go to get my visiting visa. So once we got married, I couldn't go for the visiting visa anymore. I had to wait for my the spouse. What do they call that visa? My permanent visa.
Your green card.
Yeah, my green card.
10-year visa.
Yeah. So that's how that went. So he was getting a proper wife.
Right.
So I'm like, why are y'all doubting me like that, saying I'm a scammer? This girl was ready for marriage. I was fasting and praying for years, abstinent from sex, abstinent from relationships, praying and waiting for the one.
Right.
I was ready for marriage. I can cook, I can clean.
That's
the
right.
extra stuff that
really can.
is not even a requirement because we're a partnership. So where I fell short, you can build me up. But I was ready for marriage. I'm a Caribbean, so I know how to make things out of nothing. Because I didn't even grow up in the most fanciest. I wasn't born with a golden or a silver or a bronze spoon in my mouth. So, you know, we had our struggles. So he was getting, I worked my way up to get my degree. I worked hard in school. He was getting a good wife. I know I was getting an excellent husband. I appreciate my husband so much. He always makes me feel loved, always makes me feel appreciated, and he will do anything for me. And likewise, like, I make sure I take care of my man.
She does take care of me. So guys, fellas, get you a good Jamaican man. Trust me.
Yeah, just make sure the Lord confirms your relationship with anybody, and don't let anything that anybody else has to say.
Don't let stereotypes ruin a potentially good relationship. You know, just pray about it and use some common sense.
Yeah.
And if you believe in God, just let Him work. And trust me, He'll he'll help you to find the right person.
He
really will.
He will. He came through for us. I remember. Let me put this in there. I remember before. I think it was before, after we met, actually. Shortly after we met, after his team left Jamaica, because as I said, he came on a missions team, and that's how we met, because I was a local missionary from my church. So I was heavily involved in the church at the time. And I didn't really see him as a potential suitor. But after his team left, one morning I woke up at the missions house, and I got a vision. And I wrote it all down in my diary at the time, and it said, your husband is going to be a pastor. And I had a friend at the time, and he said, you and her are going to be doing ministry in the future. And I even started a YouTube channel with her before, but because of distance and all that, it didn't work. But who knows what the future holds for us. We're still really good friends, and we're still on this fight together to do God's will. So we're still, and I wrote it down, and I said, my husband's going to be a pastor. Wow. At the time, I didn't even know he was in school to get his master's in theology. So after he told me that when we started dating, I'm like, okay then. But I still needed more confirmation, because the enemy will bring people in your way and be like, okay, this could be the person. But I didn't know. I made sure that the Lord confirmed this relationship over and over again before. I know it was a bit hard on you, but
you were hard.
Yeah, I was hard on you.
But that's good. I mean, because like it shouldn't be too easy, I think. Because good relationships take time to cultivate. And so it's good to get to know the person, and it's good to find out what you two have in common, so that when you're married, there won't be many surprises along the way. I'm not saying like shack up with anybody and live together. That's not what I'm endorsing. But what I'm saying is it's good to I think date for at least a year. That's just my recommendation. You understand? It's not anything that's set in stone. You can do whatever you want, but I think that you should at least date a year.
But the thing is, baby, you said even before that you can know by 6 months in as a man.
Oh yeah, you can. But I think that if you try to pursue something very quickly, even though 6 months in, it might look weird if you say, oh, I love you really, really quickly, even though I said it probably about 4 or 5 months in.
Babe, you said it quicker than that. Did. I took longer to say it.
4 months in.
I took longer to say it because I had so much reservation and I had such a big guard up. But I needed to pull back and just allow him to pour into me and pour back into him. So I started. At first, I was kind of being selfish. I'm like, okay, let's see where this goes. But then afterwards, I'm like, okay, this could be your husband. You need to get to know. You need to try to break the barrier of us being from 2 different cultures. And so don't think it was just one way. It was both ways. But he did push for this relationship. But babe, as piggyback off what you were saying just now, I know he wants to finish. I'm going to allow you to finish. But just remember that it's different for everybody. Yeah,
that's true. That's what I was going to say, actually. It's a different recipe for everybody. But, sometimes it's good to take your time in relationships.
Especially if you're not Christian.
Exactly. But, if you feel like that the relationship is going somewhere within a short length of time, you guys are both, like, vibing off one another, and, like, you get the sense that you're really close. I don't see why you can't move fast. That's true. You can move fast if you're both committed and you get your confirmation from the Lord over and over again, and you feel like, I'm ready. Once you won't start talking about commitment, I think that's when you're ready. Exactly.
So, because by we started dating the June, and by December we're talking about marriage.
We really were.
And our potentially future honeymoon destination.
We were talking about going to Grenada.
Or Greece. So we decided, okay, we're going to go to Greece. But
if you guys have any other suggestions, put them in the comment section.
We're going to Greece.
Okay, never mind.
So we already decided on Greece.
All right, I'm not going to argue you down there.
But babe, we did decide on Greece.
We did decide on Greece. But I want to hear what the people want to say.
All right, you can.
But we're going to Greece, and of course, when we go to Greece, we'll share everything with y'all.
Yeah.
Well, not everything, but a lot of things.
Yeah. Our honeymoon is well overdue, y'all.
Oh yeah, guys. Oh yeah, let's talk about that a little bit. So we got married in Jamaica, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, that's for a lot of you guys, that would be like a dream wedding.
Dream destination.
But she's Jamaican. And we got...
I'm married in my country.
Exactly. And when we got married, she was still in nursing school.
Yeah, I was on the last lap. When we got married in Jamaica, I was taking my final exams in nursing school. Right. So I was studying.
Yes.
So even though he stayed for over 3 weeks, mm-hmm. I was studied. I had to be practicing my wound care on him and my stuff like that. Just so I won't be behind. So we didn't really get a honeymoon. We got to spend time together, but we didn't really get to like go deeper. So as time went by, now you know you have to give yourself like time, because now we're even more deeper than ever before.
That's right.
So but you just need a confirmation first that this is the person for you, and then from then you can just and we did.
Yeah, we did.
I'm so happy we did. Now we have our beautiful, I love you too, babe. Now we have our beautiful baby boy.
Israel Ray.
He was laughing earlier, but I think he was about to get fussy because it was his sleeping time. I'm gonna insert that so you can see that clip. He's so cute. I will love our baby. Yeah, so that is it. Right. That is it.
So thank you guys so much for watching. Oh, sorry, baby.
Yeah.
Right. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we love you guys. And remember to like, subscribe, and share, and comment as well.
You can comment. Yeah. And we're heading to the beach now, so we'll see y'all in the next video. If you have not seen our videos before, go ahead and watch them, and stay tuned for the future ones. Thank you so much for joining us. Bye. Be blessed, y'all.
Vamos.